Um, my name is Oliver Steed. I am the Chief Executive and the Mission Director of Nekton, and I will be giving one of the keynotes at Catch the Next Wave. And I'll be giving the keynote not from the event itself, but live from our vessel in the middle of the Indian Ocean, whilst we are undertaking a mission to explore and protect different parts of the Indian Ocean, beginning in Seychelles and then moving on to the Maldives.
Amazing. So you'll be streaming live?
Yes, we'll be streaming live from the vessel.
Great. Amazing. Um, so that is probably your biggest current project, right?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more in detail what it is and what's the main goal?
The mission is the mission that we're undertaking is in Seychelles and the Maldives. Our goal is to undertake research on a series of different seamounts in both those nations and also in the high seas, with the goal of gathering the critical data from beneath the surface of the sea to help inform the conservation priorities and the designation of new marine protected areas in both Seychelles and in the Maldives. The mission itself is going to be aboard a vessel called the Pressure Drop, and we're utilizing a submersible built by Triton. It's called the Triton 36002, otherwise known as the Limiting Factor. And the ship and the sub have just completed the circumnavigation of the planet and successfully diving to the 5 deepest parts of the world's 5 oceans. So it's one of the world, if not the world's most advanced deep diving submersible. We've adapted the vessel, the submersible, with a range of different scientific research equipment. And there's about a dozen different research tools that we'll be deploying alongside the submersible, including landers, CTDs, netting system, baited camera traps, and on it goes. So it's a science-led mission with a conservation goal.
Great. And what do you think will be the main takeaways for our visitors from your session?
I hope the main takeaways is to be able to bring the ocean live into the event. It's obviously London is an important ocean city, but where we are operating in the Indian Ocean, we hope to shine a bit of a spotlight both on the Indian Ocean itself, which is currently home to about 2.7 billion people, but by 2050 it'll be home to about half of the world's population. It's one of the least explored and least protected oceans on our planet, and the ocean itself, the Indian Ocean, is being affected by something called the Indian Ocean Dipole, which is a climate event, a climate phenomena similar to El Nino. And what the Indian Ocean Dipole is doing is increasing the intensity and the frequency of extreme climate events. So what we've seen over the last 12 months, whether it be the bushfires in Australia, the flooding in India or in Indonesia, the droughts in southern Africa where the Victoria Falls has been reduced to a trickle, all those are being driven by the Indian Ocean Dipole. So we hope to be able to raise awareness of the state of our planet, particularly around the Indian Ocean, and how the Indian Ocean is changing will affect the lives and livelihoods of billions of people. Also, we hope to be able to bring people the experience of a live mission with some of the world's most advanced technology that's being deployed off the mission, and also the purpose behind the mission itself. It's a science-led endeavor, bringing together a whole host of partners, and there's over 50 different partners which are involved in the mission, and that really, I hope, will show and inspire people with an understanding where public-private partnerships can work very effectively towards undertaking missions offshore, particularly those which are driven with a scientific and a conservation purpose. Our partners range from business, from ocean technology side, Teledyne Marine, Sonodyne, Triton submersibles, through to other businesses which, such as Kensington Tours, which is the largest luxury travel company in North America. If we look at the ocean economy, for example, by 2030, it's going to, according to the OECD, it's going to double in size. So the single largest sector of the ocean economy is going to be marine tourism. So the role and responsibility that tourism organizations like Kensington Tours plays in the future of the ocean economy and the sustainable management of the ocean are going to be increasingly important. But also, I think, the mission is also, we're working with and on behalf of the governments of Seychelles and the Maldives, and we hope that what we're doing will also help show that there is a more equitable way in which these international research and offshore projects can be done working hand in hand with these host nations, where a collaboration between public and private organizations can deliver the type of support, the type of impact that's needed on the ground or in the ocean, in nations, in ocean and coastal nations such as these.
Brilliant. I'm actually very excited about your session. I'll try my best to be there. In terms of the industry, and particularly for your sector, what do you think are the main challenges for the future?
Big question. So our sector is is marine research, and I think, and in conservation, I think one of the greatest challenges that we face is being a number of things. Firstly, it's bringing the scientific data, the latest scientific information to decision makers, where they can understand the true state of the ocean and why, in my opinion, we are sleepwalking into a catastrophe. Very rarely do I meet organizations who are fully aware of the current state of the ocean, the tipping points which we are hitting on the ocean, and organizations who truly understand what the single biggest impacts are currently on, say, biodiversity. If we look at biodiversity, the single most dramatic and immediate impact we're having is around unsustainable fishing, whether that be regulated fishing or indeed unregulated and illegal fishing that's going on as well. And so, I think there is often within the public consciousness, the health of the ocean is linked to, is most often associated with the amount of plastics in the ocean. It's obviously a significant issue, but ocean plastic really is just one factor of the issues around ocean pollution. And there is industrial chemical runoff, which are big issues, as well as other impacts we're having on the ocean, such as fishing. So if we're looking at what a healthy ocean looks like and why we need a healthy ocean to support a healthy planet, we need to go above and beyond public awareness being just around ocean plastic, because it's far more complex than that, and there are far greater impacts on the ocean happening right now, which are having a greater, a more significant and devastating effect than ocean plastic. So I think that's one area. I think the other area is around ocean science and how data can be generated to inform and catalyze policy which ensures the sustainable management of our ocean. We know so little about the ocean at the moment, but we have the technology available to us to discover more of the ocean, more of our planet, in the next 10 years, arguably, than we have in the last 100,000. Can we operate in a way where that data can be shared at scale and linked to policy outcomes at the speed that is necessary to ensure the sustainable development and sustainable management of the ocean? I hope so, but on the current trajectory, we are miles off that. So in my mind, those are just a few of the challenges which I see in our sector.
Brilliant. And is this your first time at the show, or have you been before?
I've been before. I think 2 years ago I was there, just as a visitor, and maybe a few years before then as well.
Right. And what are you most excited about for this edition, and what does OY mean to you, and has it influenced anything on your work? How was your past experience, and what are you expecting from this edition?
The Oceanology International is the single largest ocean technology event globally, and only happens every 2 years. So in my mind, it's a great opportunity for the industry and the associated stakeholders to come together and really question what the role and purpose is of the industry, and to seek inspiration and to seek solutions for how the industry can contribute to being contribute to a healthy ocean and a healthy planet. I think now there's a great urgency around that, and we're starting to see that environmental, social, and governance issues, ESG issues, are rising significantly up the table of importance for businesses, but also for their shareholders and for their stakeholders. You look at what I think it's Black Point, is it, or BlackRock or something, one of the largest hedge funds or investors, institutional investors in the world. They're starting to look at ESG far more carefully and saying, well, what is the environmental impact on these businesses? Are they having a net positive impact or not? The risk, the reputational risk to ocean businesses who aren't demonstrating that they are contributing to the environmental and social benefit of the ocean and the planet are at increasingly significant risk of undermining their reputation and undermining their shareholder value. So the industry needs to step up. The ocean is rising on the agenda. 2020 is such a critical year to define the future policies around ocean management. So I look to this event and hope that there'll be great leadership that will come out from the event, which will stimulate action and purpose towards a deeper understanding of the role that the industry and its stakeholders should be playing in the sustainable management and governance of our ocean.
Great. We're really, really excited to have you at the show this year as a speaker this time. That's all I have. Thank you very much. That was really, really great. I'm sure our visitors and our readers on social and all our channels will really enjoy hearing your perspectives on the industry and what your session is going to be, which I'm sure is going to be a success. I'm particularly super excited about it. So thank you very much, Oliver, for your time. If you have any images or videos of past missions that we could use to illustrate your interview, that would be very helpful and super welcome. But if not, if you don't have anything available, then no problem at all. We'll work on formatting the content in the best way possible to promote your session.
No, there's a huge amount. I will send you a link to our press room, which has got images. It's also got video in there, and briefing notes and everything else. And I'll also CC you to Lisa Hines, who's our head of communications. So if you do put anything out on social, let us know, because we can cross-promote it and ask our partners, which is Sonodyne, Teledyne, Inmarsat, and some of your other major participants at the event to also promote it. So they're obviously very keen that I'm very supportive of the talk which I'll be giving. So, and I know they're obviously big investors and supporters of the event as well. So
great.
The more you can put out in our mind, the better, and you'll get the support of Teledyne, Sonodyne, Inmarsat, Inmarest as well, National Oceanography Centre. On it goes. We've got a huge number of partners who will just get behind, tweet everything. So the more you put out, the more we'll amplify it.
Yeah, as soon as the content is ready and published, we'll definitely tag you. And also, I'll just let you know. I'll just send you a quick email to let you know that the content is ready, and so you can promote whichever way you want.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm just replying to you now, and I'll CC Lisa onto this.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Oliver, and have a great weekend.
You too. Many thanks. Take care. Happy Valentine's.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Yes, bye.